Hello viewers, hope you all are fine. So I Dr. Sudhamoy Behura, HOD Environmental Science, Raghunathji Degree College, Cuttack, invite you all to this video in which we will discuss about the chapter, the last chapter of your unit 2 of Aecc 1 Environment Study and Disaster Management compulsory paper of all BSc, Bcom and BA students in their first semester class. Okay. So, dear viewers, as you know that this environmental study and disaster management is one compulsory paper for all the first semester students of BSc, Bcom and BA stream. Okay, and the total marks of this paper is 100 marks. So the students have to appear it in two examination. One is internal and another is your university examination. Okay, so you have to appear one examination of 20 mark and another of 80 marks, in which multiple choice question will be there and also long question are there. Okay, so till the date we have already completed the unit 1 and today is the last part of the unit 2, means today our unit 2 will be over. Okay, so in between I have already shared around your 25 to 26 videos on your entire syllabus of these two units, and we have another two units which we will discuss later on one after another, but it is discussed serially as per your syllabus, so you will not face any problem. Okay, and within 2 to 3 days I will upload some important questions based on these two units. Okay, so for that please be updated in my channel and watch all the videos and your question pattern and previous year questions and some important questions will also be shared here. Okay, so my dear students, before going to discuss about agenda 21 of Rio Earth Summit, so I would definitely like to request you all to please subscribe and like my channel. Okay, so that I will be motivated to bring further contents of your paper. Okay, so I hope you all will subscribe this channel. Okay, so let us discuss what is agenda 21. If you will watch from starting to till the end of this video, you will get some beneficiary knowledge regarding what do you mean by 21 referred in the agenda 21. Okay, so there is some meaning of 21. Okay, it is not written as such. So what is the 21 means in the agenda 21? Then what is Rio Earth Summit? Okay, all are important questions, my dear students. So please listen carefully and make your own note. That will help you a lot. Okay, so now come. So Agenda 21 is a United Nations action plan for sustainable development. And what is sustainable development? It is already discussed in our previous, just the previous one video that is in there in my playlist. Okay, so you can watch the entire playlist. Okay, so sustainable development, this agenda 21 is related with your sustainable development. So this agenda 21 was produced as a action plan for sustainable development in 1992 Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Okay, at UN Conference on Environment and Development, that is known as UNCED. Okay, So it is a comprehensive action plan for UN organizations, governments and significant groups to follow in every area where people directly impact the environment on a global, national and local level. Okay. And an agenda for the 21st century, here the answer comes that I told you in my introductory slide that what the 21 means in agenda 21. Okay. So an agenda for the 21st century is denoted by the number 21. 21 means what are the agendas there for 21st century. Okay. 21 refers to your 21st century. So now let us see some important points in this agenda 21. So the United Nations agenda 21 is a non-binding action plan for sustainable development. Okay, non-binding action plan means legally it is not binding. Okay, and it is a result of the 1992 Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, that is known as Earth Summit, and a United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. And it is an action plan that may be carried out at the local, national and international levels by the UN, other multilateral organizations and various sovereign governments. Okay. And every local government should create its own local agenda 21 as one of the project's main goal. And the initial goal of agenda 21 was to achieve global sustainable development by the year 2000. Okay. So more than 178 governments adopted agenda 21, the Rio Declaration on Environment and Development and the Statement of Principles for the Sustainable Management of Forests. Okay. At the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil from June 3 to 14, 1992. Okay. So, what are the steps of a local agenda 21? So, here you can see before going to the steps of local agenda 21, first give a look on the right side of the slide in front of your screen. That is on 22nd December 1989. Okay. UN General Assembly resolved to convene a United Nations Conference on Environment and Development in Rio de Janeiro in June 1992. During this conference, some documents were opened for discussion, signing and adoption by the government. Okay. So there are different documents. For example, one is your Convention on Biological Diversity, that is CBD. Then the non-binding forest policy, the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, then Agenda 21, Rio Declaration on Environment and Development. So here comes a Agenda 21. Okay. So out of the 5 discussions made, Agenda 21 was one important announcement. So here are the steps. So encourage the process, organize the running, then train and really teams, then increase partners and citizens, then organize the consultation, then make the shared diagnosis, define strategic themes, make an action plan, then apply the action plan, then measure action effects. These are some steps of a local agenda 21. Okay. So what are the structures of this agenda 21? So agenda 21 has different sections. Okay. So what are the sections? There are 4 sections. Okay. So here also the same thing, 4 sections are there. Okay. So what are these 4 sections? So section 1 deals with your social and economic dimensions. Section 2 deals with your conservation and management of resources for development. Section 3 is based on your strengthening the position of major groups. And section 4 meaning of implementation. Okay. So in the next slide we will see in detail. Okay. So Agenda 21 is actually, what is this? It is a 300-page document. Okay. Actually remember these things. These are most important. So Agenda 21 is a 300-page document divided into 40 chapters. So how many chapters? 40 chapters. And that have been grouped into 4 sections. So section 1, I told that on social and economic dimensions. So what are coming under these social and your economic dimensions? So those are international cooperation for sustainable development, then combating means eradicating, okay, combating poverty, then changing consumption pattern, then demographic dynamics and sustainability. Demographic means people related, okay, public. So demographic dynamics and sustainability, then human health, human settlements, decision making. So all these aspects are coming in your section 1. Those are related with your social and economic dimensions. Then what is section 2? It deals with conservation and management of resources for development. So under which comes your protection of the atmosphere. Then land resources, deforestation, desertification and drought, then sustainable mountain development, sustainable agriculture and rural development, then conservation of biodiversity. Okay, so all these are your related to your section 2, that is conservation and management of resources for development. Okay, then in this also comes your biotechnology, protection of the ocean, freshwater resource, toxic chemical management, hazardous waste management, solid waste management, radioactive waste management. Okay, then the question may come that what is toxic chemical management, what is hazardous waste, what is solid waste, what is radioactive waste. Okay, so there are different terms or categorization of waste. Waste is categorized into toxic, hazardous, solid, then radioactive. Okay, so you just remember this. Then section 3 deals with your strengthening the role of major groups. Major groups means who are coming under these major groups. So your preamble major groups like women, then your children and youth, indigenous people. Indigenous means local people or belong to the particular locality. Indigenous people. Then NGOs, local authorities, trade unions, business and industry, then scientific and technological community, then role of farmers. All these are coming under your section 3 to strengthening the role of major groups. Okay. Then section 4, that is means of implementation, that is financial resources, technology transfer, science for sustainable development, education, public awareness, training, then capacity building in developing countries, international institutions, international legal instruments, then information for decision making. Okay, so these were the parameters coming under the means of implementation under section 4. Okay, so development and evolution. So the full text of Agenda 21 was made public at the UN Conference on Environment and Development, that is known as Earth Summit, held in Rio de Janeiro on June 13, 1992. Okay, so 178 governments voted to adopt the program. Means 178 governments, they goes in favor of this your Agenda 21 report. Then in your 1997, the UN General Assembly held a special session to appraise the status of Agenda 21. Okay, and the Assembly recognized progress as uneven and identified key trends, including increasing globalization, widening inequalities in income, and continued deterioration of the global environment. Okay, and at last, the Johannesburg Plan of Implementation agreed at the World Summit on Sustainable Development, which is known as Earth Summit. I told you. It affirmed UN commitment to full implementation of Agenda 21 and alongside achievement of the Millennium Development Goals and other international agreements. Okay. So, when I took the class of your sustainable development goals just before this class, I told you that there are two types of goals. One is sustainable development goals, another is millennium development goals. Okay. So, millennium development goals is the first one, then come your sustainable development goals. So, Millennium Development Goal has total 7 goals, whereas in Sustainable Development Goal there are 17 targeted goals, in which 169 targets. Okay. So, this is a small chapter. Okay. And at last, this Agenda 21, whom it address for implementation, or who will implement this report, Agenda 21. Okay. So, it is for the government, then to the agencies, organization and programs of UN, then to intergovernmental agencies, to non-governmental organization, meaning NGOs, then the to constituency groups, then to the public. Okay. So, all for all this Agenda 21 document is implemented. Okay. So, these are all for today's class. Okay. So, my dear viewers, I hope that you like this content, you like my video, and you are able to understand it properly, okay, thoroughly. And this is a very small chapter but very much important. So, you make your own note, okay, and just be prepared for your examination. So, thank you for watching this video and please subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye. We will meet in the next video that will bring you some content of your unit 3. Means in the next class we will start our unit 3. Okay. Till then, bye bye.